everyone, it's Annika again, and today I will be answering all of your questions that are frequently posted here on my channel and on Instagram. Actually, sometimes I do get emails from you guys too, so it's not a problem. I love it, but I'm answering everything here. So one question I got recently is there an age limit for international students in Canada? So no, there's not an age limit for international students in Canada. I do have a bunch of classmates that are way older, like they do have grandkids, which is crazy. But from all the agencies I've talked to, the recommended age would be 50 maximum, because it's something to do with the point system. When you're way older, you get less points, and like 50, they'd kind of deem you as, yeah, you still want to go further with your career, but after 50, it's like, why do you want to be a student, right? There are other pathways for you. So yeah, to answer that question, no, there is no age limit, but the recommended age maximum is 50. So another question I got from my last video is, since I have a fall intake and my program terms are only during fall and winter, does that mean I can work full-time during spring and summer terms, May to August? So right now, Canada has lifted the 20-hour per week limit for international students. Even if you're studying, you can work full-time. But of course, if you're a full-time student, you might not have enough time to work full-time. But yes, if you're doing full-time fall and winter terms, you can definitely work full-time during your spring and summer terms. But if you can get more hours during your school periods, during your semesters, that ruling by IRCC is valid until December 2023. So the next question is, how do you juggle work and school schedules, and where have you been the past 5 months? This was from my last video. So before we get to the personal question, how do I juggle work and school? Well, if it's possible, I like to choose classes and make my own schedule where I have more time to work. So last semester was, I guess, my favorite schedule, because I had classes from 8 a.m. to 12:30 in the afternoon every day. So I had time to work from 1 p.m. onwards, and I had the Fridays free, which was great for working. Though my next semester, my last semester, I have the worst schedule, but then again, it is my last semester, so that should be fine. My piece of advice, if you want to juggle work and school, is create a schedule that allows flexibility for your work. So take into consideration your commute. How long does it take to your place of work? Is it far from school? Because honestly, the work that I do now is just a 5-minute train ride from school. So it's very easy for me to get to the place and get to school. So you might want to consider that. Also, taking 5 classes is very heavy. I've been a full-time student since I started, so 5 classes every semester. And it's quite heavy, and you see these eye bags? It's because I don't sleep. That's how I juggle it. That's a secret. I don't sleep. I try to balance my personal life, my school life, and my work life all together, and YOLO. That is my motto, YOLO. And where have I been the past 5 months? Before I flew home to the Philippines, I went through a very emotional thing. Went through a breakup. Aww. And it was very hard on me. I don't know, it was kind of like my first real heartbreak, so it took some time to handle. That's why I went home, to kind of be with all the people that I love, and then coming back here, I just tried to recover, get my life together, but we got back together. And then school just started, and this was my first semester with all of my majors, and it was just really crazy. And I also moved places, I changed jobs, so a lot of things went on in my life, and I really missed vlogging, and I'm so happy that I'm finally back again, and I'm so happy to be talking to you guys again. So yeah, I'm sorry for being MIA, but I am way better now. I am happier, I am in a better place mentally, maybe not financially, but I'm here. So my next question is, where do you plan on taking your career after graduating? So the reason I took up marketing is because I had a career in advertising back in the Philippines. At the time, it was a growing career, and I was very happy where I was, and I wanted to do that here as well. So the closest program to advertising was marketing, and at the time it was digital marketing, but right now BVC has merged their digital marketing and integrated marketing communications program all together. And what I love about it is you get the best of digital marketing. You have like website development and all that stuff, and you also have like advertising, writing, and all the stuff you need for content creation, whatever. And I love this program so much. So right after graduation, ideally I do go back to the work that I had in the Philippines. I do want to be a project manager again for an agency. I do have some ad agencies that I'm interested in here. I have already been going to a lot of networking events, trying to get connected to different businesses, different marketing people in the industry here in Calgary and Canada. So ideally that's what happens, but I also have other opportunities available to me and I'm considering them. But honestly, let's talk again in 4 months. Let's see after graduation. You know, I'll start applying for jobs if I need to by Q1 next year. So the next question is, did you move to another place and how much is your rent? I did move to another place. I do live in the Southwest now, and I love my place so much because it's right across the train station, which is very easy for me to get to school because Bow Valley College is right by the City Hall train station. So all I have to do is get out of my house, cross the street, get on the train, get off the train, and then I'm at school. So it's really easy for me. I don't have to take my car to the train station. I don't have to drive as much, so it helps me save on gas, which I love. And rent is currently at $600 for one room. I share this whole basement with my roommate. She also pays a similar amount. And we have a whole study area to ourselves. We have a dining room, we have a kitchen, we have our own rooms, and we have our own bathrooms, and we also have our own laundry, which is great. So I'm very fortunate to have found this place, and I've been here for almost a year. And my piece of advice, if you want to find a place like this, go on Marketplace. You can also talk to the owners directly so you can negotiate. You can say you're a student, because like on some websites they look at credit checks, blah blah blah, and it's just a whole lot of work. Like, I'm gonna pay rent, come on, I want to stay here. So another question I've been getting a lot is, how do you have a car being an international student? So I had to give up my Philippine license to get a license here. Well, I also had to take the knowledge test, and then I took the driver's test. And then when I passed those two, I gave up my Philippine license so I could have a Canadian driver's license. And also for insurance, a lot of it is quite expensive, but there are insurance companies that recognize you being a student. So I went with the Personal, and they give discounts to Bow Valley College students for car insurance. So now I'll be answering questions that I see in our Filipino group chats. So one question people always ask there, do we really need a car right away when you move to Canada or Calgary specifically? Well, the transportation system here is way better than the Philippines. That's a given. So if in the Philippines everything goes up, Calgary goes right and left. Like, things are quite far from each other. But it's weird because a 30-minute drive is already like 45 kilometers. So commute is quite friendly. It's just that during the winter season, like, it's really cold if you're gonna be waiting at a bus stop for like 10-15 minutes. The trains are fine, but because of the expansion in the southeast, the trains don't really reach those areas. So to get to the train station, you have to take a bus, and the bus intervals are quite long. So it's feasible, but it's more convenient to have a car. So I would recommend, if you have the budget for it, if you have the capacity to have a car, might as well do it, because it will save you so much time. Like, time is money here, honestly. In the Philippines, I'm used to spending 2 hours in traffic every day one way. Here, you realize how valuable your time is, and the car has been very, very helpful to me, and I would really recommend getting a car. So another question I got is, how is life in Canada after a year? Is it hard? Is it sad? So when I first moved here, for some reason, I was very excited. I went out on dates, I went shopping, I went everywhere. Like, I just took the train and ended up wherever. I walked in all the parks, I rode the scooters. I am just a very adventurous person. My friends find this funny how I just don't care. Like, I'm not even worried for my safety. Like, I'll do things alone. And honestly, again, YOLO. So I was very happy. But after being here for a year, the excitement kind of died down. And just this Christmas, it was probably the saddest Christmas for me, because last Christmas I spent it alone and I didn't really mind, because I was like, oh, snow, I was very happy. But now I just miss home. I miss the food at home. I miss the energy at home. I even missed going to mass at home. And I'm not even super religious, and I was just like, I have to go to mass this Christmas. I miss the fireworks. I just miss that energy, and I've been crying a lot lately because of the homesickness, and especially being alone, being away from your family. But if you're here with your family, I guess it's better. If you're here with your husband, with your kids, and of course it's better. But being alone, being away from your best friends, especially your parents, your mother, being away from your mother is the hardest thing. And being away from my child, my dog, is the hardest. I call him every single day. Another question that's always asked in the group chat is, are we allowed to travel outside Canada? So yes, you can travel outside Canada with your student visa. You can go to places that don't require visas, or if you have visas like Japan, Korea, you can go there. So I guess this video is quite long. If you have any other questions that you want me to answer, leave a comment down below and I'll get to it in the next video. So thanks so much for watching. I'm very happy to be back on YouTube again. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye!